everybody. So, as a lot of you know, I used to have a YouTube channel, and I just kind of let it kind of die down and fly to the way, or go to the wayside. So, I decided that now, since I have a long commute to and from work, that I can probably record in my car. And I have this super nifty camera or phone holder, so I figured I can do this while I drive. Lately, I have been wanting to do a video about my experience with a miscarriage, and it's a lot, and I'll say it's a lot easier to talk about because of the support I received and the fact that I did go on to have a healthy baby who I'm about to go pick up now from daycare, and he's almost 2 years old. So that's how long it's been since I've done a video, because I wasn't even pregnant with the first pregnancy before I stopped my channel. So I just feel like women need to be more open or feel better about expressing their experiences with miscarriage, just because it is absolutely common and a normal part of fertility, according to my GYN, who he made me feel so much better about it, because he has 7 children, and his wife suffered a miscarriage, and he said it's very common for women, especially women who are actively trying to get pregnant, to miscarriage. A lot of women miscarry and don't even know they were pregnant. So the reason that I had so much support during my miscarriage is because my husband and I were so excited that we were having a baby that we told people before the 12-week rule mark. And I feel like that was really essential in us receiving the support that we received, and essentially helped us get through that. Because a lot of people abide by the 12-week rule, and a lot of times you do have a miscarriage before that 12 weeks, people kind of suffer in silence. And because people knew how excited we were, how happy we were about this baby, they just kind of jumped in. I didn't have to reach out to anybody. I didn't have to tell anybody like what was going on with me, why I was so sad. They knew what had happened, so they jumped in, they reached out, they shared their experience with miscarriage, and I realized how common it was. And no, nothing's wrong with me. It just happens. It's such a complex procedure or process that it's truly a miracle when it really does work. Because when you really think about it, it is so complex, but it's also heartbreaking when you do miscarry. And obviously, or at least to me, the further along in your pregnancy you are, obviously the harder the loss is. We were fortunate enough to lose the pregnancy very early on, but I do know people who have gotten further along in their pregnancy, and it's absolutely devastating. And I feel like it's, you never know why it happens, or, maybe you do in some cases, but, I just think it's so important for women to share their stories, so women don't suffer in silence, and men don't suffer. I mean, my husband suffered just as much as I did, and he was able to share, with male friends who have been through the same thing, or co-workers, and I believe that really helped him to understand, these things happen, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's you didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it. So I just kind of want to start a movement to end the 12-week rule. And I'm not saying, and of course it's obviously personal preference, and I'm not saying that you need to go on Facebook the minute you see the 2 lines on the on your pregnancy test and say, hey everybody, we're pregnant. But just tell someone, tell a small group or a close group of friends, or tell somebody, so just in case something goes wrong, God forbid, somebody knows and can reach out to you, just somebody. And I mean, we told a lot of folks, And it really worked out to our advantage. It was so comforting to know that I wasn't the only one who this had happened to, that I knew, or was even in my family. And I mean, there were women that I knew that said, oh, I've had 2, I've had 3, you know, and they've gone on to have perfectly healthy babies. And that made me feel so much better. You know, and it's a very, when it happens, the mother, no matter how educated you are about pregnancy, you feel like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? I shouldn't have eaten this. I shouldn't have worked out. I should have worked out. You know, there's all these things, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do. If the pregnancy is not viable, it's not going to work. So this is me just adding to the thousands upon thousands of videos, sharing my miscarriage experience, trying to offer hope, trying to be a source of support for anyone who wants to reach out to me, or just even do your own video. I mean, let's make this a thing. There's nothing wrong with miscarriage. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And it's something that women and men need support in. And they shouldn't have to suffer in silence. This, unfortunately, is common, but it's just a part of the fertility process. And I was one of those who learned the hard way, but I had a very beautiful experience just because of the support we received, and it really helped. And it may not help everyone to talk about it, and to have people, you know, it's a very personal process, so it's only something, you know, to share if you want. But I just hope that this video reaches someone and touches them and helps them understand that it's not them, and you can survive it. You can go on to have a healthy baby, and you can do it. You can do it. You can achieve pregnancy, and that is a hard feat in itself. And that's the one thing that the nurse told me as she was hugging me, as I was like covered in tears and, you know, thought my world was coming to an end. Because you just feel this loss, this sense of failure. And, yeah, I mean, I just think you have so many emotions, obviously. But she told me something. She said, you can achieve pregnancy, and that within itself is a win. So don't give up. Keep fighting. It's okay. You can do it, and you're not the only one. And let somebody know, and let's get rid of this stupid 12-week rule. There's no need to suffer in silence. It's absolutely no need, and there's nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. And so maybe I'll make a new hashtag ban the 12-week rule, or I don't know anything about that, but I'll try and see if it takes off. I don't know. But if you've had a miscarriage, I don't know if I'm going to post this on YouTube and Facebook or whatever, you know, and hopefully you have what's called a rainbow baby, a baby that you've had after a loss. I have my rainbow baby, Jackson, who is the light of my life, and, you know, I just love him to death. And the miscarriage made me appreciate the miracle that he is so much more. But and also my faith in God also helped me, you know, get through that tough time. But the support was absolutely amazing and so helpful. And so I just want other women who've been in this situation or going through this right now to know that you have support. You absolutely have support. If you don't feel like you got support anywhere near you, I will gladly help any way I can, just to offer an encouraging word, or, you know, a prayer, a virtual hug if we're not anywhere near each other, because you can get through this and you can do this. So thanks everybody. Thanks for listening to me. And I just wanted to share my experience. So thanks for hearing me out. See ya.